do you think that working or living or studying in a different country makes a difference or brings a difference to your the way you view life or you view your career, and how is it important, if it is important? Is there anything you learned from living or working or studying in a different country that you think makes a difference?
I think studying in the U.S. has really helped equip me with the skills of problem solving. Which I mean, back then when I was in school, I have no idea that I'm going to start up a company of my own, and I have no idea what kind of problems that I'm going to face on a daily basis. But I mean, time changes and then things changes, and I'm sure it applies to every field. I mean, you can't really be prepared for what's happened in 10 years down the road. So what you could be prepared for is to equip yourself with people skills and problem-solving skills and communication skills, which would end up help you solve any kind of problem that you face in the future.
But I still believe that the U.S. is still a place where the power of ideas and these things are still valued, and debate and open debate and all these sorts of things, and cultivating someone who's genuine, someone who does what they want to do, and I think I've found that among a lot of my friends, especially some of my Chinese Canadian or Chinese American friends with whose parents wanted them to do this particular path or that particular path, and many of them when they got to college they found that they were actually able to be a little freer and to pursue what it is that they really wanted to do. So I now have a lot of friends who are doing something completely different from the medicine track that they thought that they were going to do when they came in as a freshman, or the law track or the engineering track that they thought they were going to be doing. So I'd say that's definitely a very good reason.
I spent all my life in Rio on the beaches, surfing, lots of beautiful girls around. It wasn't a place that you could really sort of get in touch with yourself, It was very hedonistic and very superficial. And I found when I got to college in the U.S., I discovered who I was because I was away from my family, I was away from my friends. I met all of these people who knew so much more than me. I felt so uneducated compared to them, and I felt like an education in the U.S. really sort of unleashed who I became rather than restrained it. And I think the choice of going overseas, as difficult as it may be to leave your family and to go to a place that's culturally different. I mean, I left Brazil, to go to the U.S. It's not as different as Hong Kong to the U.S., but it's still very different. Latino way of life is very different to the way Americans are, and but it really, I sort of discovered who I was, and I was so much more in touch with myself through the kind of education that I was able to get there.